Hey, this video has spoilers, but very selective spoilers. So if you want a bunch of random stuff spoiled, but not any of the actual mysteries, go ahead. Alright, so I just saw The Batman. When I say I just saw it, I mean I got back from the cinema at 11 PM last night, and I'm recording this first thing in the morning the day after, so this isn't any kind of scripted review, this is just my random first thoughts after seeing the movie 1. First thing I want to say is the name I am mixed on. It's definitely not as bad as it could be. The Suicide Squad coming so soon after a movie just called Suicide Squad and being completely different and not shit. That was awful. But, I mean, this isn't nearly as egregious as that. I feel like there's no chance of you getting it mixed up with other Batman movies. It's still kind of dumb, though. You know what the movie should have been called? Vengeance. I liked a lot of stuff in this movie. I liked that Bruce Wayne was a massive emo. Apparently the actor was in Twilight, so, and that explains some things. Okay, but seriously, I really liked Batman in this. Not only is he not killing people with guns, which is kind of the bare minimum I would have expected, but he actually felt like a dark detective. He went to crime scenes and shit and looked for clues. Worked really well with the whole Riddler plot. I really liked the whole plot of the Riddler. Honestly, this whole movie just kind of felt like a Riddler two-parter from the classic Batman 60s show, except with the tone of what people actually expect from Batman and not that. I didn't like the Riddler's costume though. To me, the Riddler will always be this. At one point, they go to arrest Riddler in a cafe, and there's a dramatic shot of his latte, and there's his signature question mark in the latte. Do you think he just went in there and said to the barista, yeah, armed forces are gonna come in and arrest me, so I need the latte art to be a question mark, because if they look in the latte, I want them to know that it's a Riddler latte. Riddler's just great like that. Riddle me this, Batman. What's red and rectangular and makes me happy when you click on it? That's right, Batman, the subscribe button. Anyway, speaking of Riddler and subscribers, it wouldn't be a Batman villain if he didn't have cult-like followers doing his dirty work. Not even henchmen, they're literally a cult. The Riddler uses social media, which I can only presume is 4chan, based on how to find several people willing to commit a political assassination. I was also gonna make some kind of joke about the fact that in the movie's he's got 500 subscribers, but then I remembered that's more subscribers than I have. You win this time, Riddler. But yeah, there are loads of classic Batman villains in this, which kind of helped the 60s Batman vibe, or made it worse if you didn't like that. It's not nearly as campy, it just reminded me of it a lot. The Penguin was in this, being some kind of drug boss. The mystery in this movie was kind of confusing. I kind of did lose track of who was what, but that is a me problem. I'm bad at keeping these things straight. I just like this movie a lot. I think a big part of why I like this movie is because I've been pretty much every other superhero movie I've watched has just been MCU films for ages at this point, and after watching No Way Home, it's really refreshing not only to see something visually and tonally distinct from constant Marvel, also something that isn't trying to be either a massive event or just a part of something greater. It's just a standalone movie about Batman, which is just what I wanted. I didn't want to see, oh no, John Angry, also played by Samuel Jackson, show up at the end and say, Mr. Vengeance, you want to join the Justice League? Although they kind of did have a scene like that where the Riddler gets put in a cell next to who I presume is the Joker. Someone in the comments will probably tell me, actually, that is clearly Calendar Man. But yeah, that kind of felt okay, I didn't need to see that. That was kind of pointless. The Riddler, yeah, I liked his riddles a lot. I'm running out of things to say. Oh, also, when I went into the movie theater to see this, we got McDonald's on the way, and I snuck in my burger under my hood, and I got away with it. That has nothing to do with this review. I just felt like sharing that. I like the reveal of the Batmobile, just because the scene where they reveal it is shot and edited like a horror movie, where the Batmobile is the horror monster. That was kind of hilarious, although one problem with that scene, Bruce Wayne does have a big case of the plot armors. I know he literally wears body armor. Why doesn't anyone just aim at the chin, which is very obviously not armored? But, like, he gets gunned down and I thought it was like, oh, he's injured. It's, like, realistic to how Kevlar vests actually work. You can't, like, take that many bullets and not get fucked up. But no, like, it just cuts and he's in the Batmobile doing crazy stunts and driving through explosions. I liked the Batmobile chase scene, though. That was fun. Like, there's one point where a guy blows up and Bruce's chin is so immaculate, like, the explosion has not singed him, and then, Alfred gets blown up and he gets totally fucked. Bruce is kind of a dick to Alfred in this movie, like, and I know they make up by the end, but he's kind of a dick. Okay, so this movie is pretty much just Batman doing Batman things for 3 hours, which is kind of absurdly long, but I really enjoyed it. But when I left the theater, one of the people I watched it with asked me to name a single thing that I liked about it, and I couldn't, just because I couldn't really pick out one individual aspect of why I like this. I think this really caters to people who are willing to sit through 3 hours of Batman. Kind of felt like the movie was about to end, like, twice. Like, it was about to wrap up once, and Riddler was like, "No, Batman, I'm going to unleash perfect chaos on Station Square." And they don't stop that, by the way. The whole city gets flooded by perfect chaos, and Gotham ends up incredibly fucked. So that was an interesting ending. Okay, there was also this one really bizarre scene where, like, Bruce is falling and it's shot like the death scene. Then he just falls like 6 feet into water and gets up. Like, what was that? Overall, I think this was a pretty awesome movie. I liked it a lot. A lot of people probably won't like it a lot. I feel like I'm the target audience here. Batman is my favorite DC superhero. I'm going to go play Arkham now. Actually, I'm not, because it is 7 in the morning and I have things I need to do today. I've been Kitty Litter, IT, and you didn't care about my opinion anyway. Holy shit, did you see they're making a Morbius movie? How have we got here? Our society progressed from, like, nerdy shit being what you got bullied for to fucking Morbius in cinemas.